What's going on, legends? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're here at Modern Warfare Zombies, and this might very well be our last challenge run in the game. We are using the Jack Ettin double barrel kit on the AMR9, and of course I want to do an empty backpack run. So we start out with absolutely nothing, and we're going to make our way toward the high threat zone by the end of the run to hopefully complete a tier 3 contract. I gotta say, the aftermarket parts have absolutely been a great addition to MW3. Of course, it is a bonus that we'll have them in Zombies. So I hope they have something similar, or at least do something similar in Black Ops 6, even though I highly doubt the aftermarket part system will return. Hopefully they have something similar that will kind of give weapons like a new feel. Because that's one thing I really like about the aftermarket parts is, although it isn't exactly a brand new weapon, it does in some cases actually make the weapon feel like an entirely new one. And obviously in some cases as well, it makes weapons absolutely terrible. So it just really does depend. Good news is, if you're playing Zombies and you are playing in a PvE game mode in general, it doesn't really matter if the weapon's great or obviously terrible, as long as it's a lot of fun. I think variety is a ton of fun in this mode, which is what I've been enjoying most throughout the year, alongside doing these challenges. So first step is I'm going to have to make it over to my first contract, and we'll get this thing going. All right, first up, we got a Mangler. I probably should have hit an ammo reserve before this, but hopefully it works out. Ooh, we definitely got some latency in this lobby. That's great. That is one thing I'm not going to miss when it comes to MWZ. Also, I was thinking about it earlier. The augment system is so exciting because it's something we really didn't have in MWZ. Not that we couldn't have had a similar upgrade system for the perks, the field upgrades, the ammo mods, things like that, but we just didn't. So I think that's one thing that's going to be really exciting with Black Ops 6 is, even though we're going back to round-based and not everyone enjoys that the same, I will say it's going to be a lot of fun to have all of those upgrades, to have be able to actually have them available and have something to work towards throughout your Zombies grind. So you're going to be able to unlock different ones. You're going to have the minor and major augments, and those are going to greatly define the perks that you're using, the field upgrades, and all that stuff, and how it all functions. So I think that's overall a W. Okay, let's go ahead and hopefully get some ammo here. We did get a lot of ammo. That's one thing I was very short on with this run. I don't know why you don't start with full ammo in Zombies. Like, why would I start a match, even though I didn't pack a punch or anything? Why don't I have full ammo? One thing I never really understood. Start me out with half ammo? Seems kind of crazy. But yeah, the aftermarket parts were definitely one of the great additions to MW3. And although, like I said originally, there's not a ton of them that are super strong, there's definitely quite a few that are really good, and then obviously some that are pretty fun as well. So I think even though they can't all be the best weapons of all time, it's a nice addition to the game because it just adds a sense of new and also just a little bit of extra fun to try something different, a little bit of variety. I think we all could use some variety. I mean, I think there's a lot of people that pretty much just use the best of the best all year in Zombies, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but I think it definitely leads to a much more stale gameplay than if you are using a ton of variety throughout your runs. Well, at least this time we're set up with a lot more ammo off the rip. Now, the equivalent to this challenge in Black Ops 6 is probably going to be just a no gobblegum run, because essentially you're going to be doing progression each and every time you play, which again, I think a lot of people aren't super excited about. You're going to have to start out at Pack-a-Punch level 0. You're going to have absolutely no rarity tool, things like that. Outside of the gobblegum system that might help us along the way at least a little bit, but essentially you're always going to be progressing no matter what you start out with. Even if you're Pack-a-Punch in the first 2-3 rounds, you're still going to have to make your way into the higher rounds naturally. Really just not a way to skip rounds. But you could use the Rampage Inducer if you want to make things a little bit more challenging and also move through the rounds a little bit quicker, but still, regardless, you are going to be progressing as you go through the runs, no matter what you choose to use. All right, run. I'm going to miss the fun aspects of trying to make it to the high threat zone in this mode, though. Because you were always at the... we made it over here to Pack-a-Punch level 1. But yeah, you really are always at the sake of RNG when it comes to MWZ, which is definitely not really going to be as much of an issue when it comes to round base. You're just going to have to be able to survive long enough to make it to your next upgrade, essentially. Survive long enough to capture enough salvage to upgrade your rarity, or again, save up enough essence to be able to Pack-a-Punch your weapon further. So there's not going to be as much RNG on how well you're going to be able to progress throughout your run. You're essentially going to be progressing no matter what happens, and if things don't go in your favor or you don't upgrade your weapon fast enough, it is more than likely that you're just going to lead to your demise. Oh, nice. I opened up a random chest, has a napalm and a speed cola, both of which I would actually want to use. I think those guys are headed over to what bounty I was going to go toward, so instead of causing myself some problems, I'm just going to run in this direction, and there is at least more than enough that I should be able to get my own. All right, we're flying in at full speed. We actually have Pack-a-Punch level 2 here, so maybe we'll Pack-a-Punch level 2 after completing our contract. We got a mangler upstairs, and the latency just keeps happening. All right, this shouldn't be too bad. We at least have Deadshot, which is nice. Definitely still a little bit of a challenge. Oh, I thought that was still going to hit me no matter what. This is not the area to fight, dude, but just off the rip here, I'm going to go ahead and keep doing it. Go out the window. Jump out the window. Let's go. The one thing I never really thought about when it came to MWZ that occurred to me recently is a lot of people fail to realize how much time you actually spend in this mode just running from one destination to the other. I think that's actually a much bigger factor than some people actually recognize. And it's one thing that round-based doesn't have an issue with, because you don't rely on, you know, ways to get around the map necessarily, because the maps aren't all that big. So although this is an open world experience and we've all had a ton of fun with it, I think that is one major issue that we had throughout this year, is that most of the time you would spend a ton of time just driving from one direction or one location to the other, or going from one recon drone or redeploy drone to the other side of the map. Whatever the case might be, whatever you use to get around the map, it was always extremely limited. They're always in random places, and there's never a given that you're going to have a good way to kind of move around, which I think is kind of lame. So you have a lot of space to cover. A lot of the time I find myself running 700 meters, which is just a waste of time, and leads to me just having more of a running simulator than actually accomplishing anything at all. And normally when you're running from one destination to the other, you do also pretty much not do anything else, because if you stop and just fight zombies the entire time, I mean, you're really not going to get anywhere on the map. Ooh, we actually took him out. That was a little bit rough. We got Jug, though. Actually huge. We've been getting really lucky with our perks, which has not been the case recently in a lot of our runs. But we do have enough. We'll go ahead and pack a punch to level 2. There's no sense in waiting unless we think we're going to get a pack 2 crystal, but the chances of that are pretty low. I think one of the roughest things that can happen to you in this game is spending a ton of time getting from one location to the next. Maybe you're heading over to a bounty or just a contract in general, making it 500, 600 meters over to the location you're headed in, and having somebody else beat you to that location, taking your contract or whatever, pretty much just sending you in another location, running for whoever knows how much longer to make it over to that next spot. I think that's one of the huge elements. If you could play this completely solo, I think it would reduce some of the issues you could run across. Number one, you'd have way more vehicles on the map because there wouldn't be other players grabbing them getting destroyed, and all the other variables that come with that. But not only that, you would be able to make it over to any location that you go to, and there's zero chance anyone would take any of the content that you're trying to get at. So I think that's definitely one of the big hurdles we face with MWZ, and something I'm looking forward to when it comes to round-based, is I will be able to be solo at all times and have zero interruptions of any of the other players, but I won't have to waste a ton of time traveling around the map, especially in those cases where I've had to wait 5, 6, or even longer amounts of minutes just to hit up a final exfil because the exfil placements are so poor. So that is definitely one thing they could have done a lot better with this mode, was just making sure that there was redeploy drones in specific areas. Maybe they made them more static. That way you could rely on certain ways to get around the map, or just making sure the vehicles were placed in a lot more reasonable locations, so that way you didn't have a bunch of blank spaces where there was just no vehicles available. I think if they had done a little bit better job with those things, it would have been a much better experience. Another thing too that is kind of important to mention about MWZ and why round-based is significantly better for it, it comes down to the perks, honestly. The augment system is this whole new thing, and obviously it's new to BO6, so they didn't have that in Cold War. But there were upgrades that you could get for perks and stuff that were permanent upgrades throughout Cold War that then improved the perks and stuff that you were running. Augment system is sort of a more defined version of that, or an evolved version of that. But in MWZ, all of the perks were as they were. There was no upgrading them. There was no, extended benefits for them or anything like that. So I honestly feel like, although the perks do provide some benefit, honestly, they aren't very good in comparison to how they were in previous iterations of zombies. So I definitely prefer how the perks functioned in round-based as opposed to how they've been in MWZ. That's definitely one thing I'm really excited on getting back to, and just having perks that feel like they actually function. All right, we got a Mimic again. I also hear a Mangler somewhere nearby. We're actually doing pretty good so far. We have more than half the match left. We're already pretty much in a decent spot. I mean, this will get us pretty close to having enough for Pack-a-Punch level 3. I mean, we're still green rarity, but I honestly haven't put too much effort into trying to upgrade our rarity, so that doesn't surprise me. Run, 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 run. Ow, that hurts. I probably should have got some more ammo. One thing I did not think very clearly about. Come on, we could do this. Go, 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 go. And we should be able to make it. Obviously, with the drop of Black Ops 6, the streams are also set to return. So if you guys are interested in checking out the streams or you want to support me on anything else besides just YouTube, make sure you head over to twitch.tv/Errl Shatter. You guys can expect me to be live quite a bit throughout Black Ops 6, especially grinding out those camos. I'm going to grind out the camos, hang out with you guys, you know, just have a good time. So definitely anticipating on streaming a lot more this year. Kind of similar to how we were for a little while there during MWZ. It's unfortunate. I feel like a lot of the hype for this game kind of died off. And honestly, they just didn't really feed us a lot of content on the second half of this game. Not me rushing over here to fight another contract without, or a bounty without resupplying my ammo. That would have been a little bit crazy. Come on, let's go. Oh, God. We got Mimic Central, everybody. Hey, can we relax? Oh, man, everybody's just swiping their hands. Our actual Mimics over here, too. It's getting crazy. You definitely aren't going to have a lot of moments like this until you get into later rounds, because you're not going to have a lot of specials and stuff until you get into later rounds as well. So it'll be earlier on in the zombies experience. It'll be pretty chill. Obviously, it'll be more difficult just depending on what weapon you're using. Now, let me know down in the comment section below if you guys are planning on doing your Black Ops 6 camo grind. What are you going to start with? I would assume if you're watching my channel, it's probably going to be zombies. But if not, what are you going to start with? And what weapons are you guys planning on starting with as well? I know personally I'm going to look through the weapons and kind of try and decide on a perfect plan on how I want to do my camo grind. Because number one, I want to kind of start with a specific class and kind of work my way through. But I also want to plan it in a way where I prestige and I still have weapons available to do the camos on. I don't want to do all the low-level weapons off the rip, then go into prestige mode, having all my weapons and stuff for my unlocks reset, and then having to re-unlock a weapon that I need to actually progress. I think that would be kind of silly. So I want to make sure that I save enough early on weapons for when I prestige, being able to have those available to grind pretty much while we're at those low levels, and then kind of move my way through it. But I think I'm definitely going to start with the shotguns. Maybe I'll move into the handguns because the second shotgun isn't unlocked until like round 31, or level 31, I mean, and then we'll kind of keep moving from there. But most importantly, I am definitely going to be starting with zombies. I do kind of plan on knocking out all of the camo grinds this year, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. All right, we made it into the high threat zone. I'm going to do my best to shoot down this harvester orb in hopes of an upgraded tool. And of course, oh, never mind. As I say, of course it goes and disappears on me. It goes out of render distance. It's like right about there. It goes out of the distance, and then it pops back up. Come on, don't go way out there. Please stay on our screen. Now, there's no better people to ask than the people that watch my channel, so I'm curious. If you're jumping on Black Ops 6, you're planning to play Black Ops 6 at launch, what are you planning on doing first? You going to knock out camo grinds? Are you going to be just checking out the map, learning the maps? Are you jumping into Liberty Falls first? Are you jumping into multiplayer first? Terminus? Like, what direction are you going in? And what are you guys most excited about seeing me make content on, especially the first few days of the game? Because obviously, I want to prioritize my content based on what you guys would like to see. And I think there is probably some things that you guys are going to be looking up on the first day that maybe I can help you guys out with. If there's a guide on anything, I'm looking to do it, especially in the Easter eggs and things like that. But obviously the Easter eggs are going to be blocked, at least off the rip. So there will be a little bit of time between the time the game becomes available in New Zealand and the launch of the Easter eggs, which I believe is going to be on Friday the 25th at 10 a.m. Pacific, or maybe it's 9 a.m. Pacific time. Then everybody will be able to get access to the Easter eggs at the exact same time. So more than likely, I will be live on Twitch, like I was talking about earlier, doing the Easter egg hunt with the legend J-God and our buddy Mikey once he's able to jump in. So that is definitely the plans for the Easter egg hunt. You guys will be able to expect me to be live over on Twitch, running it with J-God and our buddy if he has time as well. So that's going to be a lot of fun, I think. All right, I grabbed our first tier 3 bounty. I don't know why I have so many zombies on me. It's actually kind of ridiculous. I threw a decoy. Go for the decoy. I don't know why the decoys are so bad now. Like, I really wish that they hadn't messed with them so bad. I need to make it my way over here. We're going to go grab Pack Punch level 3, which is down here, and then we'll make our way over to our bounty. I just wanted to make sure we were going to for sure be able to get one. I have a Mimic chasing me, multiple Hellhounds. Like, what is going on here? I did not do anything in this zone that would have equaled this much aggro. Kind of insane. Kind of insane. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Run, run, run. Okay. We got Pack Punch level 3. Now we actually have a chance here. Pack 3 purple. Double barrel. Jack Ettin holding it down. Come on, get rid of all these guys. We do actually need some plates, so this kind of works out. We need to reload a little bit faster. One thing I'm actually going to be very curious to see is how well they've balanced the ammo reserves and the magazine sizes and all that for all the weapons in Black Ops 6. That is definitely one of the big issues we've had throughout the year as well, is what? How's there another Mimic? Where did these guys come from? Because we have so many different weapons and different types that are just, they don't make any sense, right? Like, you have 600, 800 bullets in one SMG in the reserve. You got 450 in another. You got 900 in another. You have some ARs with 1,000 bullets in reserve. You have others with 400. I mean, it's kind of crazy, to be honest, how weirdly balanced the ammo reserves, the magazines, all the stuff that's just involves the weapons and the weapon balancing in this mode. I mean, you got some handguns that are better than some of the shotguns. Some shotguns have a shell bonus. Other ones don't. I mean, it really might be one of the most inconsistent balancing of weapons, like, across the board that we've had in quite some time. I feel like there's definitely a very weird sense of balance when it comes to the weapons in the MWZ. Okay, come on, Mega Bomb. It's going to be interesting. The amount of stuff that just shows up, it's like, the aggro in this game will never make sense. It's like permanent. Come on. I'm getting hit by everything. Hello? Plate, man. Good lord. Probably should have went and got more perks, but figured us having the most important ones, we'd be alright. Okay, I probably should use my energy mine before grabbing that, but it'll be fine. Reality is, we just need to get a moment to actually be able to fight our bounty. Yep, more zombies. Oh, another zombie. All right, if you want to come over here, man, it'd be way better for me. Come on. Hurry up. Mega bombs are so slow. Come on, you're gonna dash over here, and you're gonna laser. We need you to at least get good positioning. All right, there's that face destroyed. Come on, do it again. Reload, reload. Why do I gotta press my button 8 times? Reload. Let's go. Another one destroyed. I'm gonna miss being able to fight Mega Bombs so frequently. Although we're still gonna be fighting the regular abominations, I'm definitely gonna miss the old Mega version. The amount of these I fought this year is pretty ridiculous. I mean, I fought 100 of them specifically just for rewards at one point throughout the seasons. And that should be the destruction of the Mega. Let's go. Okay, we got a bunch of goodies. Anything in here? Ether tool plans, death perception, a free perk. We'll take it. We'll take it. Well, technically, we completed our challenge. We came in with absolutely nothing. We made it over here to the high threat zone. We completed our tier 3 bounty. I guess we'll see if I can grab anything else. I'm going to make my way around here, grab some perks, and see if there's any other contracts for us to knock out in this run. Finally made it over here. We're going to be able to grab our perks. One thing I'm actually curious with Black Ops 6 is I wonder what specials we're going to see that are going to be new throughout the year. Of course, we know manglers are coming back. There's going to be the amalgams that'll be in the game. But outside of that, we're not really sure what specials that we're going to be seeing once again. Of course, I guess we'll see the Abomination too. I almost forgot to mention that. But we don't know if there's going to be any Mimics. We don't know if there's going to be any Disciples or even the Tempest that could return from Cold War as well. So I'm excited to see what specials they have cooked up for the maps this year. And honestly, just what they have cooked up for all the DLC stuff that will be coming, obviously, later after launch. It is exciting that we're getting a 3rd map before even the end of the year. It is pretty exciting that Season 1 is going to be dropping just a few weeks after the launch of the game, which is obviously pretty usual. I think that also means we'll be getting a couple new weapons on November 14th, which will be, again, just a couple weeks after the launch of the game. So although we're starting with like 33, within a couple of weeks, you will be able to skip a couple of those maybe less ideal weapons if you're going for that camo grind. So you'll have to see which ones you absolutely want to try to skip, because you will be able to do so once some of those Season 1 weapons do drop. So that is something to keep in mind. I don't know what I aggroed in this match, but I am just getting so many specials and zombies chase me at all times. I can't even reload. Like, I literally cannot even reload. Like, hello? There's another hellhound. Can we just stop for a second? Holy smokes. Like, what did I do to aggro so much stuff? I guess going over here was probably the W, because now I can actually try to get some plates from these guys, and I can take the thing over to our bounty. But holy smokes. It's like I'm fighting for my life out here, just running. I didn't even do anything that would have caused that much aggro to take place. We're getting chased by a lot of Mimics in this run, though, which is kind of insane. Definitely going to be missing being able to go into the high threat zone and have this level of difficulty without having to progress all the way through the 50 plus rounds, obviously, off the rip to get this far. That'll be kind of interesting. It'll be a nice change of pace. It won't get challenging for quite a while, and then obviously, even at that point, it's only going to be to a certain degree. Let's go, let's go, let's go. But the cool thing is it will scale infinitely, unlike MWZ, right? You won't just be like, oh, high threat zone, hang out in the high threat zone, the difficulty never changes, the challenge never changes or anything like that. You just have to make it far enough before the challenge will be as hard as it is in this zone. Come on, Mega Bomb, get around this bus, bro. I'm getting attacked by hellhounds like pretty much nonstop. Oh, that's our hellhound. That's nice. Okay, keep on cooking. Yep, trying to run. Reload. I'm anticipating this guy going to do his laser at some point. Yep, we'll go this way. There we go. Middle face going to be torched. Should already almost be gone. There you go. Now we're good. Climb up here. Might laser us again. I hear a mangler. Not exactly what I'm trying to hear, but you know what? It'll be okay. Go like this. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. How'd you guys get up here so quick? I think he just came through the floor. Okay, we'll get rid of you. This guy is hopefully going to just stay where he's at. One face left to go. Come on, Mega. Yeah, I wonder if we'll ever see the Mega Abomination again. Obviously, we'll see the regular ones, but I wonder if this will be the first and last time we see just the Mega version. Who knows, though? Maybe an MWZ style of mode will come out again down the line. Maybe it'll come out with another Modern Warfare game. Maybe it'll come out with another Sledgehammer game. Who really knows, right? Who's really to say? I think it's a lot to put Treyarch on each and every one of the projects that come out. So hopefully, eventually, at some point, they can grow the team that's allowed to work on zombies. I think that would definitely help the people over at Treyarch who seem to be stuck making every iteration of zombies, at least for the last quite a while. Another Mimic. What in the hell, man? Can I just escape these guys for a second? Oh, reloaded at 0 bullets again. Can't catch a break. Stop chasing me. Oh my god, this has just been insane. Can I hold on to some plates? Can I get a little break time? Nope. No breaks for you. Full on attack mode. Right when I thought I was gonna be able to check. I haven't even been able to check my rewards out yet, bro. Like, holy. Alright, we got a self-revive, and we got a bunch of nothing we don't really need. And for our last bounty of the run, we got a mangler. This should be pretty interesting, actually. Another thing I'm actually pretty excited about for Black Ops 6 that does lack a little bit in this version of the game and has actually for quite some time is the classic prestige mode and all of the charm progress and stuff that they added. You're basically going to be able to unlock masteries for your score streaks, your ammo mods, your field upgrades, your weapons, like everything is going to have some sort of grind to it, which is kind of cool, I think. Obviously in this we had our charms, which I guess were kind of cool, and we had our normal camo grind and stuff, but all in all, I'm definitely just excited for the classic prestige mode. I mean, there's no world where I have 30 plus days played and I'm not the max rank, except for in the seasonal prestige style of system, because they inherently hold you back to try to keep you playing longer over the course of the year instead of allowing you to earn progress when you actually just play the game. Like, I play a majority of the game, or the most, or at least that I'm going to play the game, during the first half of the year at the very least. So it doesn't make sense for me to not be able to progress as much as I should during that time period. And now we're going to be able to. So if I hit max prestige and I'm level 1,000 6 months into the game, it'll kind of represent the time that I have actually played the game instead of being like, you know, level 1150 or 1200 with 30 plus days played, because they released some of our leveling towards the end of the year. All right, we made it over to the exfil. That is going to wrap things up for this empty backpack challenge run. I'm really glad we were actually able to revisit some of the better aftermarket parts towards the end of the season here and do them for a challenge run. But that is going to wrap things up for us here. Thank you guys for all the support in today's video, all support on the channel, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Peace!